Welcome everyone to another live stream here on the channel. We're going to wait for a few seconds here for some people to start joining in, and we'll be taking a look at some of our low caps as always. Some of them are doing really good right now. For example, coins like GraphLink, which is something we've been mentioning on the channel for a very long time, and still the market cap is relatively low. And we also have Pocket Network doing extremely well. Now, this thing is already sitting at a $400 million market cap, I believe. And we've been talking about this thing way down here throughout the bear market in 2022 and 2023. So the patrons are making good money. And if you want to join the Patreon, there is a 7-day free trial for you right now. In case you haven't joined already, feel free to do that. You get access to all of my content. And you have 7 days to decide whether you like it and you want to stick around or you want to move on, which is absolutely fine. Welcome everyone who's joining in. Feel free to send in your altcoin requests. We'll be taking a look at those as well. And quickly taking a look at Bitcoin, because we did start pulling back a little, and we've been warning you guys about a pullback. I said that the price is very overextended from the 20 EMA, so we should be looking at some sort of a pullback towards $38,500 at the very least. That would be a really good retracement. There is a chance we might drop lower. Bearish scenario would take us potentially down to $33,000 if we start losing the 20 EMA and we start losing this January 2022 low. So those are the 2 points to look at. Once we start closing candles below the 20 EMA, we could look for a brief retracement like we saw one here in August 2023 and in September last year. So ideally, I do want to retest $32,000. That would be really good, not only because the market would have a nice reset, but because altcoins would probably see 30 to 50 to 60% retracements, which would open up more opportunities for us to invest, especially if your coins have been doing, parabolic moves the past few months. You want them to cool off for a bit. So we'll cover a few low caps as well. I want to let you know what potentially you could look into. Thank you all for joining the live stream. Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Axis, what's up? I'm doing great, How about you, my friend? Can we look at Moonriver, please? Seamus, we'll do that. ISPO-Link, please. Recently buying, but it's pulling back big time. Yes, ISPO-Link is one thing that I wanted to take a look at. ICP, NFD. We'll take a look at ICP as well. So let's jump into the first request, which is Moonriver. Now, obviously, I do hold some Moonriver, and let me just open up the chart here. Where's Moonriver? There we go. So Moonriver has been holding very well. I do like that. I do like that a lot. We're not dropping below the $20 price tag, which is great. And if you picked up some coins at around about $18, $16, because these are the prices that I gave you, then good for you. That was a great entry point. Would I be buying any Moonriver right now? No, because if Bitcoin continues pulling back, we could see altcoins dipping, and Moonriver is potentially going to dip with that as well. So if you're looking to buy into Moonriver and you don't have any coins, then I would look for $20 as your first entry. If you do have a good position and you're just looking to add on top of your current bag, you could look at $16.28 and $11.81. Between that area there, like between these two, you can be filling up your bags if we manage to drop down there, right? That's not a guarantee. Personally, I don't mind Moonriver going and flying from here. I don't really want to buy more tokens unless we dip super low. In that case, I will buy more. And we also discussed in our previous Moonriver update on YouTube a few targets to the upside. So feel free to check that out if you want a more detailed breakdown of Moonriver. For now, I would just stake the tokens and don't worry about about the price action. Once we start pumping, you can maybe unstake if you want to swing trade or if you want to take profits. It only takes 2 days for the unstaking. So it's not as, some other coins that require 4 weeks for the unstaking process to be finished. So for now, Moonriver is doing well. I'm very bullish on the project. I think if we have a nice alt season, we could see a nice move to $150 even this year. So if we quickly jump into this chart, which is the blockchaincenter.net, this is the alt season index, and you can see we were in the alt season technically here just for a few days, but now we started dipping, and this is not a very strong sign. You can see if we go historically, every time we went into the alt season, it was more of a strong breakthrough, and that's not really what we're seeing here. We're seeing some sort of a retracement. So this could be a really good copy-paste scenario of the 2022 alt season that we saw. And this could be reminiscent of the 2019 one that we saw back in November 2019, which had some altcoins pumping big time. So I would stay a bit more conservative. I wouldn't expect everything to fly from here because, once again, I would expect those huge parabolic moves after the Bitcoin halving, and that doesn't mean some altcoins can't pump. Yes, some of them obviously can, but I'm saying that just be conservative. Don't expect everything to fly immediately. That's not how things work, guys. So let's be a bit more conservative. Luis Caballos, hello, my friend. Hello, could we have a look at WLD and SUI, please? We'll take a look at everything. So let's switch over to ICP. Do I have ICP here? I don't think I do. Okay, let's switch up. ICP did have a nice pump, right? I'm pretty sure it did. Yeah, nice pump here. So looking at the weekly chart, we are overbought. So I would wait a bit. There's no rush with this, and it's a high cap altcoin, so you don't really want to be buying something that is a high cap altcoin and it already did, a 6x, almost a 6x in a few months. You want to be a bit more careful buying these tops, though. You want to probably start buying when you reach $7.50. That would be a great entry point. That essentially is the February 2023 high. You also have this local top from July. You could start buying at $9, obviously. That's another entry point for you. You can start getting in at this low, which is the April 2023 low, which is very close to the February 2023 low. So this one is going to be $6.50 essentially. Now the 20 EMA, I would say, should be your first entry, because in a bull market, we're going to be bouncing off the 20 EMA. And there's no guarantee that we're going to drop below this yellow line, below the 20 EMA. So getting in at the 20, just putting a bit of money in there, is always safe in case we do pump from there. If we do drop afterwards, that's fine. You can just buy more off of all of the levels that I just showed you. And if we set up a fib here, just to kind of see where we can expect the price to go. So the 0.5 is going to be at $6.88, and the 0.618 is going to be at $5.61. This is going to be quite a hefty pullback if we go down to the golden ratio. That's like a 50% retracement, which is possible. I'm not going to say that it's impossible because it's a high cap, but it's just going to be less likely for a higher cap altcoin to do a 50% retracement. If we go back down to the 20 EMA, that is going to be a 50% retracement in itself. But if you want to go from the local top down to, $5.60, that's a 67% retracement. So you have to be careful with these support levels. Just because the golden ratio rather is sitting down here, doesn't mean we're automatically guaranteed to retrace to that level. It is possible, but building your entire strategy on this one possibility is very dangerous, because you could just be waiting until we drop there. We don't drop there. We have a reversal, and you're stuck waiting with your money, with your fiat, and you're out of the market essentially. So just start dollar cost averaging once we see a nice pullback down to $9, then to the 20 EMA on the weekly. And then if we drop lower, feel free to buy in, because you want to be adjusting yourself to the current situation, right? We're trying to break above these resistance levels. We've done that successfully. Bitcoin looks to be in a very healthy uptrend. So it's possible we're going to be in the bull market in a few months, and you don't want to miss out on that. And if you're looking for targets to the upside, we can always set up another fib just to kind of see what we could expect. Of course, if you're doing your own research into the project, you are going to have more knowledge regarding the team and the technology and what they're trying to do. But $196 here would be our minimal target if we're taking the September 2021 high as the local top there. So from where we are right now, you're potentially looking at a 17x to the upside, which is quite possible in my opinion, as long as there aren't any bearish news regarding the project, the team members don't start suing each other, so on and so forth. So let's take a look at a few altcoins that we mentioned on Patreon, because welcome everyone who's joining. Feel free to leave a like. Feel free to share the live stream if you think it's going to help out your friends or family, and it does help out the channel as well. So let me just quickly show you a few altcoins that we have been buying on Patreon. So the first one was Covalent. We were getting into this thing around 12 to 14 cents, and then we were talking about it whenever we had this pullback, which is like May 2023. And then we were buying some during this time period as well. Next up, what we bought was Crust Network. This is something that has moved up quite nicely. GraphLink did a very strong move to the upside. Like, look at this. This is crazy. This is a weekly candle here. So I'm hoping we see a retracement just so I can potentially buy more tokens. But my average buy-in is somewhere down here in this golden block. And this is where I was telling everyone, if you want to be getting into GLQ, this is a really good level to do so. If you didn't buy there and you're waiting for the price to drop, it might take a bit of time for that to happen, right? You want to be looking at some of these Fibonacci retracements. So first of all, 0.019 is going to be a really good entry point there. And then the golden ratio at 0.010 cents, that is going to be another great entry point. So if you're okay with waiting until that happens, that's fine. Buying in right now is not going to be smart at all. But we are close to retesting our all-time high from November 2021. We don't really consider this the all-time high. This is a proper high in my opinion. So a back test of the 20 EMA is something that's possible if you're looking at GraphLink. So I would just be patient. You know, we still have a bit of time. We're probably going to see a retracement for this thing. If you're okay with risking it and you want to buy now, feel free to do that. I'm not a financial advisor. And the next up, we had a different coin, which is Pocket Network. This thing pumped very impulsively. So from the October bottom, we went up approximately 14x. 14x. And this is what we do on Patreon. We get into these coins when we're down here, right? And now we have some YouTubers talking about Pocket Network and the price is pumping and everyone wants to get into it. But we've already been there and we've made nice money. So feel free to join the Patreon, guys. I'm just showing you a few coins and just showing you what is possible with the Patreon, because we do have a lot of people there that know a lot of different projects and we help each other out. So it's a nice community. It's a nice community if you want to make money in crypto. But let's take a look at the next request here. ISPO-Link. Let's take a look at ISPO-Link because this is something that we talk about on Patreon as well. Let me just pull up. There we go. So that's ISPO-Link. We're dropping from this channel down pattern. This did look like a nice flag, but as you can see, we're invalidating the pattern. And if I jump to the weekly, you can see we have a resistance trend line that we broke above. And it looks like we're trying to back test it as support here. So we're trying to come back down, potentially down to 0.00, like essentially 306845. which is this level over here. If we're going to be, dumping throughout this week and the next week, because a retest is not out of the question at all. You can see we had 2 touches over here, and we're potentially going to get another touch over here. So just keep that in mind. Now, that is another level you want to look at, which is 0.005563. You can see we had a few back tests of that area in December 2022 and in June 2023. So a retest of that is potentially going to be happen if we continue jumping like this. If Bitcoin has some sort of a crash, a black swan event, it's always possible these low caps are going to dip by 20 to 30%. So make sure you have the buy limit orders set up in advance. From the local top there, we're already down 60%, and this move in total was a 6x. So we did 500% to the upside. We're down 60%. And if you want to start buying in right now, this is where I would start looking into Ispolink. I would probably buy more tokens very soon. We'll see. I do have an okay bag so far, but we'll see if I'll be getting more tokens. My patrons will definitely be advised with buy orders, or with buy alerts, I should say. Buying it, but it's pulling back big time. It could continue pulling back, my friend. That's not an issue. The market cap is still very low. If we take a look at Ispolink here, like the market cap is 2.1 or $2.2 million. That is almost nothing, as you can see. And if we go to the market cap, we were sitting at 33 million in the previous bull market. So it's still okay. Don't worry too much. Don't worry too much. Let's take a look at BeamX. What is BeamX? Oh, is that the new BeamX? Is this the coin that you're talking about? I don't think so. Are you talking about Beam? Louise, are you talking about Beam? Because I think you might be referring to this coin. Quite a bit of a pullback there from this top at 0.026. Not a bad retracement. Not a bad retracement at all. But let me know if that's the coin that we're talking about here. So Hamdi Pera, hi bro. Hello there. Hello there. Is on a mission to unite communities and enhance coordination. Let's reduce fragmentation and elevate the entire ecosystem. $1,000x token. Okay, thanks, G. No problem, my friend. No problem. Yeah, so Louis, let me know if that's the coin. We'll just take a look at a different request meanwhile. So we'll take a look at WLD. Oh, yes, Beam. Okay, yeah. So we'll jump into Beam then. There you go. Ispolink is continuing. It's dropping as we're speaking right now, so we could have much lower prices in the near future. And Bitcoin slowly dripping, as you can see. So this could take a few weeks to play out, but we could have a nice pullback sometime soon. November. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. So this is Beam on the 4-hour chart. I mean, a very, very strong sideways channel here. As you can see, we're just bouncing up and down in this channel. So you're going to have a nice level here at 0.016 cents if you want to get into the project and potentially see a bounce, because we had a few bounces from this area back in 2023 in December, and then in January a few bounces, and then this is a really strong resistance level, 0.023 cents. Now there is a chance we're going to drop below this. Of course, we could have a capitulation from the sideways channel, and then we're going to have to be targeting some of these local lows from this uptrend that we saw throughout the last quarter of 2023. So what we can do is we can set up a fib just like that. And then we're going to have our technical targets to the downside. So these extension levels, so the 1.272, the 1.414, and the 1.618. So that's 0.014 down to 0.0123. So these levels are going to be important targets for us. And you can see that some of them do align with nice local tops and local bottoms here, like the 1.272, the 1.414, and the 1.618 is really close to this December 2023 bottom. So feel free to set up some limit orders in advance if you want to pick up this coin. I do think we could drop here. I know the project has been on fire as of late, but just because it was on fire for a few months doesn't mean we can't see a retracement, especially when the entire market is going to dip. And again, we could have an alt season. We could have this reverse and you know, we could have a nice move to the upside. Do I think that's going to happen? I think that is less likely because we've gone through the ETF bull news phase, whatever, and now that's settled down. We're probably going to get more ETH ETF news, and that's going to be driving the markets next. But as of right now, I do think the market needs to cool off a bit. Some altcoins might pump here and there, especially if they haven't seen any moves to the upside as of the last few months. But in general, I do think there's going to be a cooling off period, so to speak. So these are the few levels you want to be looking at. If you're bullish on the project, you know, it's a $1 billion market cap right now. It's not super high. If you're bullish on it and you think it can do a 20 to 30x, you know, we can even start buying right now. Personally, I would wait. Personally, I would wait until we drop below this sideways channel. And when that happens, you start buying in. You set up these targets and you start buying in. You can take a look at this low here at 0.015 cents, which is what we used for this for the bottom of this Fibonacci retracement. So feel free to do that. 0.0158 cents, great entry point. Let's go to the daily. Okay, the daily RSI is it's not doing too bad. You can see on the daily we can even make it a bit, you know, thinner, you could say. So we could probably dump from here. I just have a feeling the markets aren't going to be pumping for a very long time. We do need to see some sort of a retracement. Like a lot of long positions opened, and the longer Bitcoin starts dropping, the better it is for us. So the longer the pullback, the better it is for everyone looking to get into these altcoins. So don't be afraid when we have these corrections, guys. I know if you're new to the space, it could be a bit scary, but trust me, it's good. Whenever we see a pullback, it's good. Akita Inu, have you done this one yet? And thank you, good sir. Kevin, thank you for your compliment, or thank you for your thank you, but I haven't done Akita. Let's take a look at Akita. And we're not going to go on for too long. We're not going to go on for 2 hours like we did last time. Akita Inu, so this is like once again, a meme coin. I personally don't do meme coins at all. This was launched back in April 2021. Yeah. I mean, there's not a lot I can say about this. I mean, we can try to pull up the price. Akita Inu, tether on OKX. I mean, we did see some sort of a move here. Nothing crazy though. Like you can take a look at this level here. We're retesting a previous resistance nicely. So I don't know how many zeros we have there, but 1378 is going to be a nice level to enter at. And then if we drop below that, feel free to continue averaging in. Like anything below this level is good. 250%. Like we're already down 48%, so that's not too bad. And again, the market cap is very low. We could see a strong impulsive move to the upside, and that'll be it. So just be ready. These meme coins, they can pump out of the blue. I don't really deal with meme coins. Thanks, bro. How about SushiSwap? Let's take a look at Sushi. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed Hello Token and I missed WLD. That's right. Let's take a look at WLD. Is it Worldcoin? I assume it is Worldcoin. 1% circulating supply. That is terrible. That is terrible. If that's true, it launched just recently. I mean, it could be possible. You have to look at the vesting schedule. But if that's true, I can bet there's going to be a lot of selling pressure. That's not really good. Yeah, let's do some TA on it anyway. But the tokenomics are horrible there, like 1.16%. Of course, I don't know what the vesting schedule is, but I assume there's going to be token unlocks happening, and people are probably going to be taking profits. So we're kind of coming back down to this local top. So $2.44. I think this is the right one. Yeah. So $2.44 right now is a good entry point. We're down approximately 50% from the local top. Not looking too bad. The 20 MA is below us, is above us, sorry. So we did lose the 20 MA here. We're potentially starting a local downtrend. Another level you could look at is this local top from November 2023. That would be $2 on the dot. So feel free to take a look at that. But it's a recent project, so it's going to be difficult to, make any sort of targets to the upside, or any bull market targets are essentially going to be impossible for a brand new project. It all is going to depend on how well they can market themselves and how bullish they can get the community. And another level we can take a look at here is $1.82. Yep. If you want, you can of course do a fib and see where the golden ratio is, which is very close to what we just gave you at $1.81.5. And next up, my friend, I think you asked for Sui, so let's do Sui as well. Sui, we'll do the Binance one. And I forget what the market cap for Sui is. Is it like in 150? No, it's not 150. It's 1.2 billion. I wanted to say 550, but it's actually 1.2 billion. Not bad. Not bad at all. And it is pumping. The market cap is doing all right. 11% circulating supply. Again, the tokenomics are bad here. This is not something that I would be very bullish on in terms of the tokenomics, because if we have a lot of token unlocks, people are going to be taking profits. It's simple. But again, we're going to do some TA regardless. Okay, this is the daily. And again, very recent project. We launched in May 2023, so be careful. Immediately, you have a nice resistance level here at 91 cents. That's going to be your target there. If you want to get at a good price, then that would be the level I'd be looking at. Then you have this local low, which we tested back in December 2023. So 77.5 cents roughly. That's going to be your price. But this is looking like a healthy uptrend. I'm not going to say we're going to be breaking the trend anytime soon. So a retest of 78.5 cents is the worst case scenario if we want to continue this uptrend. If we start losing 78 cents, that could get more bearish and we could start retracing to these levels at 50 cents, at 59 cents, and 67 cents. So as long as we hold 78.5 cents, we should be good, because you can see there was a lot of resistance in this area, and now we finally broke above. We had a few good retests, and maybe we get another retest. Who knows? But I'm just saying holding that level would be pretty important. Bro, what do you think about fan tokens? Africa Cup is playing now, and in June it's Euro 2024 in Germany. I am buying Spain tokens. Yeah, I've done videos on fan tokens, and we did trade the Portuguese fan token, and I think we made a bit of profit there. But I think when it comes to the World Cup and any tournaments, I think the tokens are going to be doing well. Sometimes they do play out kind of like buy the rumor, sell the news type of event, because if the team loses, you might get a dump. That's the only thing to be worried about. But if you're buying in advance, like those tokens can absolutely explode. But let's take a look at the Spain token. I'm interested. What's the price now? And what's the market cap? Spain national, $2.7 million market cap. 83 cents. As you can see, it's not even doing much. I was buying the Portugal one. 7.8. As you can see, this one is a bit more volatile. Yeah, November 2022, we got this massive pump. And I think this is when we're trading it, in November and September 2022. I think we did videos on Patreon or on YouTube, I'm not sure. But we were buying essentially down here somewhere, and the price did a 3x or so, which wasn't bad at all. It was during the World Cup. So yeah. And as you can see, after the World Cup, it just kind of died out, and now it's starting to pick up steam again. So we dropped even below. We dropped to 65 cents. Not bad. So definitely look into these fan tokens if you're going to be keeping up with the tournaments, because you could make some easy gains here. So I think those are good plays. I will sell before the tournament starts. Yeah, like I noticed with the World Cup, they started pumping before the World Cup even started. So yeah. Hi, Hazik, longtime follower. Can you check GLMR? Jack Mohan. Hello, Jack. Nice to see you. We'll take a look at GLMR, of course. Let's take a look at Hello. We have Naz asking for Hello. So let's jump into Hello. And I think it had a nice pullback, right? Well, yeah, from 17 cents to 14 cents, which isn't a lot. Then again, in December, we were sitting at 21 cents. So this is a 30% pullback. 63% of the total supply is out in circulation. You can get this token on gate.io. Let's pull up Hello. I think I have it in my main list. There we go. Weekly. Okay. So let's jump into the daily. Massive uptrend here. Absolutely crazy. From the June 2023 bottom, we went up approximately 80x. Oh, sorry, 8x, not 80. 8x. And it looks like we're kind of coming back down to this zone here. So this area, as you can see, we had a few retests of resistance in 2023 in November, and then the 20 EMA pushed us up. As you can see, we got suppressed in between the resistance and the 20, and then we got a nice breakout, back test of support, and an explosion. Oops, did not mean to remove that. There we go. So now we're coming down and we're retesting that. Yeah, 32% retracement, $90 million market cap. It's not a baby project anymore. So if you're okay with buying at the current levels and potentially looking at another pullback, because a pullback could happen, don't think that we can't drop another 25%. Very much possible. So 10.5 cents would be your entry there, or even 10.88 to be exact. But if you're waiting for, these December 2022 prices, that's not going to happen. I mean, from there, we went up 5,000%. I mean, absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So worst case scenario as of right now is 10.5 cents. If we drop below that, we could have a quick, not a quick, but a big and quick wick down to 7 cents or 7.5, 7 rather. Because if we get a capitulation, altcoins like to have those long wicks, and Hello is known for these wicks. You can see we have a bunch of these massive wicks. So a wick down to 7.5 cents and then a retracement back up is always possible, especially if we have a massive flash crash, which I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for a nice crash. Hamid Rahim says, Assalamu alaikum, brother Hadiq. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Nice to see you guys. So once again, feel free to check out the Patreon. You got a 7-day free trial and you get access to 60 plus low caps. And we've already looked at some low caps that we covered on Patreon that have done amazing. So feel free to rewind the live stream and take a look at that. Paweł Hernanovsky says, thank you. Yes, they are long-term projects, I suppose. WLD is an open AI chat GPT, so there's some community. Okay, nice. I just make sure it's not a random AI project that has AI just for the sake of AI and they're not going to be supporting the project or really doing anything, because a lot of projects want to jump in on that AI, make some money, and then abandon the project. There are always going to be those people. Okay, so we looked at Beam, we looked at Hello, we looked at Akita Inu, which is the first time I'm hearing that, low cap meme coin. And Louise is asking for SushiSwap. I actually didn't buy any SushiSwap myself. So $261 million market cap, not bad. Almost the entire supply is out. Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't start buying SushiSwap right now, to be honest with you. There's no reason why you wouldn't be buying SushiSwap right now. But let's jump into the weekly chart just to get a better look. Wait, hold on. There we go. And I think we covered sushi in during the previous live stream, but you can see we're holding the 20 MA. This is a really good entry point. If you're feeling FOMO because you missed out on this, like on this level, and you missed out buying 50 cents, then that's going to be greed playing you, and essentially the price is going to keep pumping and pumping, and then you're still waiting down here for that price with your stinky fiat. That is a recipe for disaster if you're going to be letting your greed take over. But if you have bought some tokens down here and you're averaging in over here, perfect. Your average is going to be around 75 cents, which is great, especially if you consider the fact that the all-time high is $21 and we could be looking at $30, $40, $50 during the bull market. The potential profit that you could have here, especially if you bought in at these lows, is quite good. The risk to reward is really good. And I like the fact that we're holding this support block between $1.17 down to, actually no, from $1 down to 94 cents. As long as we keep holding this level, we should be good for continuation. So I would not expect us to retest 54 cents. I would say start buying now. Not a financial advice, of course, but that's what I would be doing. The RSI had a nice retracement there. And once we break above this October 2022 high at $1.73, it's possible we're just going to continue pumping up until $3. And that will essentially confirm that this was our bear market bottom and we're not going to be going any lower. That's just what I think. And I like that we did not drop below this October 2020 price, which is essentially the opening price. Yeah. Okay, GLMR. We'll take a look at GLMR now. And Tintin, could you please check coin? We'll take a look at coin. And let's take a look at GLMR first, because I know a lot of people on the channel are very bullish on GLMR. And so am I. I do have some GLMR. I'm staking on the Moonbeam network. Where's the GLMR? There we go. And if you want a detailed breakdown for GLMR, for Moonriver, feel free to drop into my channel and you'll have all of these updates. Like 3 days ago, we did a GLMR update. We did a Moonriver update. Just click on videos and you'll go through all the uploads and all of the tokens that we cover on weekly basis. But taking a look at GLMR, very nice uptrend that we saw here. We are dropping below the white support trend line, and we're coming down to this block that I told you about in the video, 36 cents down to 34 cents. This is where you can start averaging into GLMR. And if we start dropping below that, you have 32 cents, and then you have this block between 29.5 to 28.5 cents, which I really want to hold this. I don't want to drop below that. Like preferably holding 30 cents would be ideal, but we can't have perfect things, right? So I would say 28 is potentially going to be this bottom, because we're still going to be printing a nice higher low, right? And with the next leg up, hopefully we're going to break this local top. That's just what I think. So if you want to start averaging in right now, feel free to do that. Especially if you don't have any tokens, this is where I would start buying. If you have a really good entry at 20 cents, I would wait a bit. But if you don't have any GLMR tokens and you've researched the project, you're bullish on it, this is where I would start buying 36 to 34 cents. And once again, feel free to check out the full update here on YouTube. Thank you all for joining, guys. Much appreciated. So Tintin wants to take a look at coin. So let's take a look at coin. I think I have it saved somewhere here. There we go. And we're on the daily. Okay. Let's take a look at the weekly first. This is probably from Patreon that we did this TA, but we're going to abandon that. We don't need it anymore. Okay, so we're printing a higher low, which is good. There is a resistance. There is a powerful resistance level here. As you can see, it's just keeping us down, not letting us break through whatsoever. Let's take a look at the market cap. What? Let's take a look at CoinGecko. Wait, is it Coinos or is it Coinon? Yeah, I think it's this one. It's Coinos. Okay, there we go. $36.8 million market cap. The entire total supply is out, but there is no maximum supply, which is a negative thing, of course, for the price. As you can see, the token dilution here is affecting the market cap. So we're already printing all-time high prices, but the market cap didn't break the 2022 all-time high. Yeah. This is what token dilution does with the price. It's going to be harder getting back to those same price levels. So if you're looking to buy some tokens, let's see what happened here. Let's see what happened. So we had this massive support level. Then we broke above October 2023. We did like a 6x, even more. You have a nice support level here. And we could continue getting suppressed by this white trend line until we get to the apex of this little pattern there, and then we have an explosion. Of course, a breakdown is always possible, especially if we have a flash crash. 81 cents is going to be your best entry point, in my opinion. Like, you're going to be very fortunate if you're able to enter at 81 cents, because you can see we pumped here in November 2023, and so far we've seen a 65% retracement. So we did bounce off of that already, and then we had a move to the upside, a slight retracement, and then once again we're kind of trying to find another local bottom there. So 81 cents is going to be a really good entry point. You can start buying right now if you're really bullish on the project. Once again, the market cap isn't that high, 36 million. That's not a lot, but you should be aware that we could have a further pullback, especially because this is a lower cap project. It's going to be more volatile, much more volatile. All right, so we're getting quite a bit of requests here. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do all of them, guys. Just letting you know, we've been going on for 46 minutes. So I'll see if the patrons have any requests. Elorm, welcome. Gotten Laid, has anyone requested Corium? So for Corium, I'm going to do a separate video, Russell, for Corium on the channel, because we haven't covered it in a while. So I'll do a separate video on it on YouTube. So don't worry, we'll get to do some Corium TA. Rembo West, hello. How are you doing? Polkadex, we can take a look at Polkadex because I'm bullish on that. And I have some Polkadex as well. So we'll probably do Polkadex and we'll be wrapping up, guys, because we've gone up for 40 plus minutes. I thought I would do 30 minutes, but as always, I get too into the charts and into completing all of your requests. But for Polkadex, we did drop below this massive block that we had. So we had this massive sideways channel, and we dropped below it. We created this channel down pattern. We even capitulated here in October 2023. We went down to 41 cents. And after that, we had a nice 4x. This was a nice 4x into January, just a few months. And as you can see, very healthy, very healthy uptrend. I like the way this is playing out. And we're not getting too overextended. Move to the upside, move to the downside, move to the upside, move to the downside. And this looks like a very nice Elliott wave, as you can see. Now we're looking for a wave 4, which is going to be, actually, no, this is invalidated. Yep. Because we already went below the wave 1. Let's go to the weekly and see if it's going to look better on the weekly. Yeah. So on the weekly, this essentially could be your wave 1, wave 2, and then you have a wave 3, a wave 4, and then a wave 5. So if the wave 4 drops below the wave 1 high, then the pattern, the Elliott wave structure is invalidated. So the wave 4 bottom has always to be higher than the wave 1 top. That's why I said it's pretty much invalidated on the daily. But it's looking healthy. It's looking healthy, I'm not going to lie. I like the way this is playing out. And we could have a continuation within the realms of this channel. And if we continue in this channel, we could be looking at $2.40 in the next few weeks. Very possible. Very possible. The market cap is extremely low for this. And this is a Polkadot parachain project. They have their own DEX. I'm very bullish on. They've been working hard on their platform. And I also like the fact that the circulating supply is very low, 7.4 million tokens. That is very low. So once we start getting more volume, once we start getting more bullish on the Polkadot ecosystem with the Polkadot 2.0 update in 2024, we could have a massive move to the upside. I'm staking my tokens on the Nova wallet, and I think getting back to the previous all-time high prices is just a matter of when rather than if. That's just what I think. And if you're looking to buy, I would say anything below $1.50 is good. Anything below $1.50 is really good. So even if it's going to be within $2, technically speaking, if you want to use this sideways channel, so we have $2.10 down to $1.12. This is a really good area to buy, because even if your average is $1.50, you're looking at 2,400% if we're getting back up to $40. That is incredible. That is incredible. And I do think we're going to be going higher than these all-time high prices from 2021. That's just what I think. So we'll do a separate Korean video. I'll try to get that out today. Element 71, hello there. If there are any patrons that want to request something, feel free to do that right now, and we'll take a look at that. If not, then we'll be wrapping up the stream. But thank you all for joining, as always, guys. Really, really appreciate you guys. We'll do another stream tomorrow. We'll probably start a bit earlier. We'll do one probably on 2 to 3 p.m. EST. Okay, Pingux. Okay, let's take I believe you're a patron, because sometimes the patrons have different names on Telegram, on Patreon, and on YouTube. So it's hard to remember all of you, but I think Pingux is a patron, my friend. We'll take a look at BNC for you. BNC, and I think I looked at it before. I'm pretty sure. Let's do Kraken. I think Kraken's gonna have more history. Yeah, this is good enough. And let's pull up BNC here. Bifrost native chain, $16.6 million market cap, not doing too bad. Okay, so as you can see, there's token dilution here. The market cap is already pumping above the February 2023 local top, but the price action, I mean, yeah, a bit of token dilution going on there, which is not bad, but it's just that it's going to take much more money to get to the same prices. Now, 30.5 million tokens in circulation. The max supply is 80 million. So there is a token cap, which is great to see, the fact that there is a token cap. So we're not going to be getting more than 80 million tokens in circulation. That is really good. Let's switch to the weekly. There's a nice uptrend that we can see here. This white trend line is keeping us afloat. And I would say that's going to be your best friend in terms of entries, that white trend line. From the current prices, we could drop approximately 47% for another retest. So it might take a little while for us to do that. Maybe we do that in March, maybe in February. Also, one thing to mention, guys, just in terms of the markets in general, the Chinese New Year usually is followed by a dump in the markets. Not even a dump, but at least some sort of a retracement. So feel free to take a look at the previous charts, especially on Bitcoin. I think it has to do with the Chinese traders leaving the market for a few days, and therefore the prices get a bit more volatile. And that's good for us because we get another opportunity to buy into our altcoins. But I remember this happened specifically in 2021, and I'm pretty sure the same thing happened in 2022. I can't remember 2023 what happened, but this is just something you should keep in mind and look into as well. But jumping back into the charts, you can see that we are breaking this local top, which is good. That is great to see, but I do think we're going to be breaking below it on the next retracement, because we're already overbought, and this doesn't mean necessarily that we're going to have a retracement down. It's just that we've already seen from the May bottom a 5x, and I just think a nice move back to the 20 MA would be very healthy here. We're a bit overextended from the 20 MA here. We need to see some sort of a retracement. So 37 cents, 37.5 40 cents. Those are going to be great entry points, especially if you're very bullish on the project. The tokenomics are extremely well. You could do very well if you get in at a good point. Of course, getting in, below 10 cents, that was massive in November 2022. So that bottom there, that was an incredible entry point. As you can see, the RSI was sitting at an amazing point there. So anywhere below the 20 EMA, this would have been this is where I would have been buying if I was following the charts. But if you didn't buy here, and you want to buy right now, I would say just wait a little bit because, it's overheated. This chart is a bit overheated. Maybe take a look at something else that hasn't pumped as much. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just giving you my thoughts. Yeah, so that's what I have for BNC. Let's actually take a look at the website. I'm interested to see what they have going on. I remember looking at Bifrost. I remember looking at it. Yeah, they have a really nice website. Cross-chain staking. Where are they available? KuCoin, Gate.io, Kraken, CoinX, MEXC. Not bad, not bad. Provides LSD for 9+ blockchains and beyond. Dedicated layer 1 built on substrate with XCM cross-chain staking. White paper. Okay. And secured by Polkadot. Total value of tokens minted, so $78 million total. That's the 3.8 million staking rewards. And you can stake Kusama, you can stake Ethereum here. You can stake Moonbeam, you can stake Filecoin. Moonriver, I think Nova Wallet has a better APY for Moonriver. I'm not too sure, but I think that's the case. And I think Nova Wallet has a good APY for A-Star. And this thing pumped as well. We were talking about this on Patreon for a long time. Around 4 cents, we were talking about it. It did a 3x from there, even a 5x, I think. So A-Star is another good project. I'm new here. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Feel free to check out the channel. We have some technical analysis guides. We have a bunch of TAs, so just go and look through some of the videos. Feel free to join the Telegram chat. Feel free to join the Patreon for free. All right, if the patrons don't have any other requests in the next minute or so, we'll be wrapping up. But once again, thank you all for joining, guys. Always great to have you. Always great to be helpful. At least if I help one person with a live stream, that's all I care about, really. But how long have you been on the channel? Smiley face, because I don't know how to say your name. Just got out of the hospital looking for something fun. Well, crypto is fun, but yeah, you got to know how to navigate through crypto. But hopefully you're feeling better, and hopefully whatever happened to you is long gone. Yeah, Rembo West. We'll take a look at Loom tomorrow, so feel free to join in tomorrow. All right, that should be it then. Thank you all for joining, guys. Thank you all for sending in your requests. Feel free to subscribe to the channel and stay safe. Goodbye.